Hi guys. So we have Harsh from EPNS, and he also participated in the last summit that we did, and he's back again. And I'm sorry, this session was supposed to be done by Richa, but she's not here. So Harsh is filling in. She has some fever. Yeah, welcome Harsh. Please, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Anupam. Really happy to be here. I'm sorry Richa couldn't make it. She was not feeling that great, so I had to step in. But yeah, more fun for me, right? So, guys, let me just start by sharing my screen and sharing the presentation. Anupam, it would be great if you can give me sharing rights. All right, awesome. I can see it now. So yeah, just a minute, guys. Let me share this. All right, awesome. Uh, awesome. So yeah, guys, really excited to be here. We are Ethereum Push Notification Service, EPNS for short. We are going to be doing this presentation in a different way. We are going to talk about our journey. We realize that talking about our journey, or there's some value in our journey at least. So yeah, to get started, let's talk about the founders. So of course, I'm Harsh. I'm the project lead and the founder of Ethereum Push Notification Service. Uh, and of course, I try to handle everything tech uh, in my day-to-day activities. And of course, Richa, she was not able to join, but she's a co-founder and she's a brilliant founder when it comes to marketing. So yeah, what are we building, or what is Ethereum Push Notification Services all about? Very so here's my 2-minute pitch. So basically, everything which Web3 has, it still suffers from one main one major problem, and that is communication, or the lack of it. So if you think about it, notifications or the communication layer is what guides every interaction when we are talking about the Web2 world, or uh, the virtual world, which is not on blockchain or which is not Web3. So think about it. Even this Zoom would have been a notification. Your FaceTime calls, your WhatsApp chats, your social media status, your Twitter likes and dislikes. Everything is notification. Even your payments or Amazon parcel delivery. But yeah, when you compare that to Web3, communication is basically missing. Services don't interact with the users. They expect users to come to them. And this leads to critical info drops. So loan liquidations are missed. A lot of governance proposals are missed. DEX orders are missed. Security audits are missed. ENS blockchain expiry are mixed. And, a lot of other things. So of course, we had to do something about it. We fixed it. What we are doing is we are creating a middleware notification protocol that can send notifications to wallet addresses and is fully Web3 compliant. So of course, while we were creating this innovation, we thought that why not have some fun with it. So what we did was we made it platform agnostic as well. That means notifications, they are not just tied to one platform. They can come to iOS, Android, and in the future, the vision is that notifications directly come to your MetaMask or Trust wallet. And yeah, we made them incentivize as well, which means that not only you are receiving the Web3 notifications, you are earning from them as well. So yeah, as I spoke about, these are some of the important use cases we have. I've already spoken about all of it, so I'm not going to delve into it. I'm just going to go through our journey and what made Ethereum push notification service Ethereum push notification service. So yeah, we thought that we'll make it a bit fun. We will outline our journey with tweets. So yeah, uh, let's try to do that. So of course, in the start, the story I have to tell you is that, when we realized that we had this idea, there was this fear in in our minds that maybe this idea is stupid, or maybe this idea has been implemented, or this idea seems such a major thing in the Web3 ecosystem that someone would have already done this idea, and maybe we are just poaching off that idea. So this was all the fears we had when we were starting, and one day we just said, screw it. If someone wants to think that we are stupid, let them think like that. And that was the time we wrote to Ethereum Foundation about our idea. Of course, Ethereum Foundation loved it. In hindsight, we shouldn't have been scared and talking about our idea, or we shouldn't have been embarrassed about our idea. Ideas, no ideas, stupid, and that's the story which I want to tell. That was the thing which we went through when we were talking about our idea. We were very shy about it at first, and it was just that when we started openly talking to people, we realized that Ethereum community is awesome, and they will help you out in case you, but you do have to reach out to them. So yeah, Ethereum Foundation, they do this very, they are mentors and they help us out wherever we need them. And yeah, it started off with this tweet, and of course, with us opening up. Of course, later in the journey came Eth Global and IDEO. Eth Global was where we built our proof of concept after Ethereum Foundation had approved it. And this tweet basically talks about how open we were when we were building our idea. And, of course, we were boldened by Ethereum Foundation and the way they wrote the email and the way they showered their love on the idea. But yeah, during Get Global, I do have one more story to share with you, which, I'll come back to it a bit later. During Ed Global, while we were building the proof of concept, we again shared the idea out, and we were not really sure what features we want to build it with. We were very, very confused. And what happened was that Stanley from Aave was there, and he basically liked the idea a lot. And he told us that, um, this idea seems like something which is a no-brainer, and if something like this exists, he will personally be using that. And of course, when Stanley says that he'll personally use something, you need to make sure that you are creating a POC out of it. So yeah, that's what we did. And at Global, we were also very lucky that one of the first judge who saw our product and who asked us questions was Mariano Conti. So in essence, this journey basically involved how we build the proof of concept, and this journey involved that you need to openly talk about what you're building, even at various stages. I mean, my tweets at that point of time was just code, and Yanev, Nick from ENS, Austin, even a lot of other people, a lot of influential Web3 leaders, they started liking it and they started retweeting it. So it kind of started building the community. Then yeah, after that we went to IDEO. IDEO was where we learned to make sure that we are not building features that we feel are important, but we are basically going to the users or the services and we are asking that give us your inputs on what is important, and based on that survey or based on that feedback, we are building features. That way we make sure that the product fits the market even when it's on alpha ops scene. So yeah, shortly after that, the next leg of the journey was Getcoin Kernel. Over here, we learned so many things. This journey is a bit different from the hackathon or the IDEO journey, because at that point of time, we were just doing the proof of concept and we loved the excitement and the energy of hackathon. But yeah, we realized that when we came out of our IDEO, that what's going to be the next step. And at that point of time, the POC was built. So we knew that while we love the energy of hackathon, we need something more if we want to convert it to a startup. It needs to, I mean, while you need that sort of creativity to build the development environment and build your POC, when you are talking about taking that POC to the next level, taking that POC to the level of startup and maybe raising seed and or private, you need to make sure that our product and your business, both of these things are kind of taken care of, and that's where Gitcoin kernel kind of fit in. We got into Getcoin kernel, and over there we had around 300 plus leaders of Web3 and mentors of Web3 over there, just to talk about almost anything, not just about the technical aspect of the product, but what features are important, how to do business development, how to develop business relations, how to ensure that what you're doing is right, how to market it right, how to build your brand. So all of these things, they come which a hackathon cannot do for you. Hackathons are very cool and very fast way to build a POC, but after POC and before startup, you need a midway, accelerator or incubator of sorts, where they teach you all those things, and that's what Gitcoin kernel did. I mean, we were blown away that because we started asking questions, so we were blown away by the help we got. Simona, shout out to her from Status. She helped us tell about the community. So before Simona spoke to us, the way we were handling community was we were very, very serious, because we thought we are a communication middleware and we need to be serious for other projects to take us seriously. And, you know, while you do not know me, I'm famous among my team and among my family members for cracking really, really bad jokes. And I'm not just, I'm basically not a very serious guy. So Simona basically came in and she told us that the best way to build a community is, or to build a project is to infuse your personality into it, so that people are talking to a human being and not a project which seems so contrasting to their founder's personality. So yeah, we started doing that, and all of a sudden, not only we were having fun when we were writing those tweets, and when we were replying to Telegram, the community also shot up. And instead of getting community members that only care about the project, we got people that basically care about the project as well as us. And that's one of the learnings we found out through Gitcoin kernel and through this journey, that asking questions and infusing your personality into what you're doing is really, really important. Of course, Gitcoin kernel was good for us. We were the top 20 projects over there. And that was quickly followed by Gitcoin grants round 7. Again, I mean, for the past 4 5 months, because we were asking a lot of questions, because people were helping us out, and because we reached out to the community as human beings, I think because of that, we were the top 3 project in Gitcoin round 7, both in terms of contributor and in terms of community support. What Gitcoin grants taught us was humbleness, actually. And they basically taught us how to do things. I mean, how to involve community and how to move forward. At till this point of time, we were bootstrapped. So of course, when the money flew in, it was a sort of a relief that our idea is validated and there is some sort of business in it. Uh, so yeah, there was that. It also enabled us to spend a bit more on marketing. Pay people who were working for us, or who were trying to support us, even if it was just a little bit. But yeah, kind of pay them because they were doing 2 jobs at once. And yeah, it was more like the model and the validation boost and the community love, which worked over here. So moral of the story, or moral of this part is, again, invest in talking about your project to the community, to your users, And once that happens, you will get that love back in one way or the other. Of course, Getcoin grants is a it's a way to support open source software. So whatever you do come on Getcoin grants. It's the best way to these money without promising anything to the users in return. You are just getting support and validation of your project. And basically, a lot of people want to go for CoinDesk and Cointelegraph and all the media outlets, but they don't realize that if your project is on Getcoin grants and it becomes the top project, you have already done that sort of marketing. Because not only you have contributors, these contributors or these people who love your project, they are going to talk about it. So you have basically earned uh, at least a bit, and you have made sure that your project is gaining good respect and publicity. Yeah, shortly after that, the next step was raising a seed round. Again, the things we learned from our past experience, talking to community, talking to people, asking for help, that kind of came handy. We got investors who went through our 1 hour long pitches, and then they told us that this should be at least or at most 15 minutes long. And then we rinse and repeat that, and we gave them again an hour long pitch. So this happened for like 6 or 10 times with almost all the investors. And I think to a point they might have relented and gave us the money just to make sure that we stop giving them those 1 hour pitches. But yeah, so the story I told you about hackathon, and how one of the judges was Mariano Conti. The story comes full circle over here. So we got reconnected with Mariano Conti again, and I mean, he's so awesome and so humble that he sent us an email attaching the video that he was one of the first judge who asked one of the first questions about Ethereum push notification service. So of course that felt really awesome, and we are so glad that we have him in our seat round among all the other people. I mean, Balaji, Ken from Ethereum Foundation, Scott Moore, Ravindra, Anthony, Sasano, DeFi Dad, Preeti, even Rezo, Luca, Evgeny, Ben, and all the other awesome VCs as well. All of them, they are basically our friends, just because that was sort of the personality we infused and we went forward. So yeah, uh, that's the seed round journey. And then of course we have our future. So while I cannot really talk much about it because most of things are redacted, but yeah, a lot of things, a lot of awesome news are going to come across your way. We are also launching our governance token, so that's really cool as well, cool and scary. But yeah, before that, there are some amazing news and some amazing names we have to share with you. But maybe that's another presentation. Uh, so yeah, as I said, I think I covered all of these things. What everyone did. I forgot about Matic and Nave. They also gave us independent grants, and they are awesome people to work with as well. So I do say that whatever you are doing, right to Ethereum Foundation, right to Matic, right to Aave, right to Gitcoin, it doesn't matter if you feel that the idea is not worth it, or it's not worth if you feel that the idea is worthless, as we felt. But that's more like an imposter syndrome than anything else. So yeah, do remember to do that. And thank you. I think I can probably take some questions, and hopefully you guys would have learned something from our presentation.
Great journey, Harsh. I mean, I was aware of the half of it, but the other half has happened, and it's very exciting to see you guys doing such great work. I mean, the first question that comes to my mind is when you were building privately, and you were, to an extent, you were not willing to share the idea, and then you suddenly started building in public, those fears of yours that somebody might just copy the idea and build it. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Got it. Got it. So, actually, whatever we have done, we have always learned from people who were really, really awesome to share that. So, this thing I learned from Nishil. No, Nishil from Wazirex. So the thing was, I was very, very scared about sharing my idea because that's the exact same thing. We all think that the idea is so strong that someone will steal it and they will start making it. But that really doesn't happen. There are two reasons why it doesn't happen. The first reason is about market validation. While your idea might be the next Google, uh, until it's made, users haven't tried it. So it's not validated by the market. So anyone who is looking to steal your idea, they don't steal it because of reason A. They have to invest a lot into it and the idea is not still validated. And reason B, even if they do that, which will never happen, but on the rarest occasion, they will not be able to do justice to your idea, and they will end up coming up with a crappy version of Google. So I didn't realize that at first. I was very, very secretive, but Nishal kind of explained it to me that people don't have that sort of expertise and vision, and they don't want to invest money into an idea that is not tested out. So don't be afraid to share your idea. Sharing your idea also means that, if someone steals it, they are going to be blamed for it. It's going to be more marketing for you, actually, if you look at it, because then you can turn the story around. So always share your idea. No one is going to steal it until your idea is made into a product and it gets traction. And after that, it's not stealing. It's more like you will get competition. So don't be afraid of that. It took us 2-3 months to open up about our idea, but it happened because Nation mentioned that if it does happen, it's a good marketing thing, and mostly it will not happen. So never fear about talking about your idea in public.
Yeah, because a lot of build in public is happening these days also, right? I mean, people are building projects. Very interesting. I'll just take questions from here, Harsh, if that's okay.
Sure.
Anjum's asking, is this EPNS middleware feasible for hackathon participants in terms of integration and solution builder?
Sure. I mean, we are on Robstein though, so that's one thing to keep in mind. We will be coming on mainnet very, very soon. But yeah, the middleware is built not only for services, but for any other developers who come and build on top of us. In fact, while I cannot go into detail, there is extra something that will be coming for all the awesome developers who come and build something on EPNS protocol. So yeah.
Interesting. Is it integratable to other blockchains also, or is just Ethereum for now? Or do you have any plans for the future?
Sure. So right now it's going to be Ethereum L1 and L2, but I mean the name is kind of a misnomer. We just wanted to pay respect to Ethereum. But yeah, we are going to be blockchain agnostic in the future.
All right.
So
Daniel is asking, what was the hardest part of consolidating your presentation for investors?
sure. So the first, I mean, this can be an hour-long conversation in itself, guys. But the first thing was, and the first mistake we did was we put in a lot of technical aspect, or we put in that this is a very cool idea, this is a very new innovation which this investor needs to know about. They don't really need to know about that. It's just that the idea is so good that we want to share it out. So that was the first thing which we had to take out from the presentation. The second thing was about the valuation. I mean, we were raising at, I mean, very, very low valuation at first. And we were just lucky that we got investors who said that this is not your valuation, you should double your valuation. And then, and then they said that, I'm not bullshitting, you double your valuation and here's my soft commit. So that was the reason at that point of time that we realized that this is a fair valuation, and the valuation which we were going for, we were lucky that we didn't go to a lot of investors and our pitches were really crappy, so they didn't buy in. Otherwise, we would have raised at 2.5 million rather than the 5 million valuation which we got. So the second hardest part is about the valuation. Coming from India, it becomes, I mean, those 5 million number, they become like crazy high. But you need to validate it. You need to make sure that the idea, or the thing you are raising for, you're not getting uh, you're not getting less for it. I mean, people have raised 10 million to 50 million from all around the world for the idea, and uh, how much it will take to execute the idea. So yeah, definitely try to do that. And the third hardest part was keeping it very short, keeping it for a 5-minute pitch or a 15-minute pitch. If Anupam would have invited me like a year earlier, I mean, the entire Octaloop session would have been about the journey. So yeah, that comes from practice. Keep on practicing. I mean, after the 50th or 60th time when we were pitching, it got to us that this is a better pitch. It's well received. It's more like a comedic gig. So a lot of times comedians, they go for a gig, they try it out on public, and if that gig is successful, they adopt it. So it's like that with your presentation. You need to keep on presenting. Don't go for investors that are very, very high in the ladder. First, go for low tier investors. Pitch them your presentation, make your presentation perfect, and then go for the sky.
Am I correct in assuming that when you were reaching out to these investors, there was no POC or MVP, or was there? Did you have something at that time?
Sure. So we had POC at that point of time, but you don't really, I mean, you can raise in both ways. You have a very great idea, you can raise. You have a POC, you can raise. You can raise at any stage of the product. It really depends on the idea, and it really depends. I mean, POC really helps because then it's not like that you're just raising on the idea part. On the idea part, it's a bit hard. POC makes it easier. But from POC stage to whether you have users or whether you don't have users, it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and raise. And in fact, guys, in case any one of you want to raise, or any one of you want to talk about this, you can reach out to me. Directly on Telegram or Twitter. Uh, Let me just drop in my ID. So, and if you want to find me on Telegram, you can probably find me through EPNS project. But yeah.
With the rise of alternate smart contract platforms and blockchain interoperability, does EPNS plan to expand to other networks? I think that you probably have answered that you're going to be blockchain agnostic. Yeah.
Yes.
So what can you tell us a little bit about the future of EPNS, Harsh? Like, what are you excited about going forward in the next couple of years? Or if you can't tell us, like you said, you can't share more. What are you excited about the most going forward in Ethereum ecosystem?
Sure. So, I wish, guys, I can share about the near future plans of EPNS. It's just that I've been put a gag order over it, and I don't want to be Tom Holland in this. So, yeah, only I can share about EPNS. I mean, the next milestone I cannot share about, but after that, there are big plans coming about. Uh, uh, Putting up, we plan to put up a receiving P2P node system out. So what that will do is that will allow not only smart contracts and dApp to interact, that network will allow any Web2 services to interact. So we are aiming quite big. We are aiming to be the competitors of Apple push notification service and Google push notification service. In fact, we are aiming to build a decentralized communication layer, and of course, we got lucky. We are in the right place, so we want to utilize that. For Ethereum, the very next thing I'm excited about is actually NFT. I do believe that NFTs are picking up a lot of steam. I mean, DeFi is awesome. I think NFT will probably be a parallel to it. I am also excited about Polygon, which is Matic, and they are basically merging all the layer 2 solutions, and they are coming out with one solution that kind of be the bridge between L1 and L2. If I've read it right. So yeah, really excited about that. I'm excited about the Ethereum 2.0. I cannot really share about 2 years because 2 years back we didn't know that Flash loan and DeFi will exist. So I can just share a year or so, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, in a year, so many innovations happen that you cannot really know what will happen in year 2022.
Exactly, and crypto markets, like in crypto industry in general, moves at lightning speed anyway.
Yep.
Um, so Daniel is asking how are you adjusting or how are you planning to adjust to Ethereum fees?
Sure. So, Daniel, we are going to come on layer one and layer twos. Uh, for layer one, we are going to be, I mean, for layer one, what we are envisioning is that only smart contracts that are on layer one, they are going to utilize our protocol, because the smart contract to smart contract interaction can only happen on that layer one. For dApps and for all the other services, we are envisioning that they will probably be interacting to us via layer 2. And therefore, the gas fee will not be a problem in the short run. In the medium to long run, I'm very bullish on, Ethereum 2 and EIP 1559, which is a way to kind of make the base fee, kind of make the gas fee fixed instead of dynamic. So yeah, those are the solutions which I think will make sure that not only us, all the entire ecosystem, it kind of gets better. I'll also like to add to this that one quote I heard from Matt of Unstoppable Domain, that the reason the gas fee is high is because the technology is working. It's because there is a huge explosion of DeFi and huge explosion of users on Ethereum. And that doesn't mean that, the gas fee will remain high forever. I mean, in the early internet days, we used to use a modem and we used to connect to internet at, rates that were like totally not affordable to all of us. But eventually that became something which is a no brainer now. Internet is quite cheap. In fact, that almost one of the cheapest internet around the globe, and it's quite fast. So I see the same similarities with Ethereum 2.0. I see gas to be a short issue, and for that I think we are covered.
Are you so? In your opinion, correct me if I'm wrong. Ethereum 2.0 would, overcome the gas fee fiasco that's happening.
Yes.
Okay, so like more, I mean, more traffic would not mean generally, as a rule of thumb, wouldn't mean like more gas fees, right? In the future, it might not mean that.
Yes, I mean, because at 2.0, it's going to have shards, and these same layer 2 solutions, they will, because of those sharding, they will be that much more powerful. Uh, we will also find very quickly a way that layer 2 and layer 1 user will not be able to know that wherever they are. A lot of people are working towards it. As I said, Matic Polygon is working towards it. Then there's Meta Transaction. Economy from India is working towards it. Then there is crypto payroll, so Parcel is working towards it. Then there's decentralized video huddle is working towards it. And I realize I digressed. So let's just stick to L1 and L2. And I mean, uh, very very creative solutions are getting developed. So it's not going to be a issue for a long time. I mean, it will take a year or two to perfect it, but after that, I don't think we'll be struggling with it.
Correct. So like these days, I mean, a lot, 95, more than 95% of all DeFi projects are on Ethereum. Do you see that in the future that might change? And like maybe DeFi market could be market cap around Ethereum similarly, or other platform might emerge where DeFi we can see DeFi.
Sure, I don't think that will be true for DeFi because the market, I mean, there's a network effect. So, Bitcoin was made and, it's still at the top because, that was the first thing that got made, and there's a lot of community behind it. There's a lot of power in community, actually. It's very hard for community to switch because you like a product, and therefore unless there's a other product that is like 100 times better, you won't switch. So I don't think that DeFi will go away from Ethereum, but I do think that this is a era where different blockchains will probably have different expertise. So while I think that Ethereum will be the leader, I do think there will be other blockchains that will come in that will enable some very different functionalities. You have to think it about internet. Is internet made only of Google? No. Is internet made only of Facebook? No. Is even the internet protocols, are we only deal with do we only deal with HTTPS? No, we deal with HTTPS, then SMTP, and a lot of other protocols, SSH, and maybe this video would have another protocol that we are dealing with, but we don't get to know about it. So I also feel that just how it happened in the internet, it will happen in the blockchain world, that we will have multiple blockchains, and one of them will be famous for one thing, the other one will be famous for the other, and all of it will work together. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a very ideal and very nice idea that's happened. Yeah, Harsh, thank you so much. I think that's all the time we have, and thank you for taking our time. And good luck with the EPNS.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Anupam. Really, this was really a fun presentation, at least for me. Hope you guys had fun. Guys, in case you want, you can follow us or check us out on EPNS Project, either on Twitter or Telegram, or just go to epns.io in case you want to learn uh, about EPNS. In case you want to chat, hit me up. Really happy to chat about budding entrepreneurs, or even really happy to brainstorm on ideas. And yeah, thanks Anupam for having us. So I'll see you around.
no worries, man. Okay, bye bye. Take care.
Bye.